Lights. Keep forgetting the lights. Keep forgetting the lights. Are we alive? We're alive! There we are. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Terry Morgan. It is Friday, April 3rd, maybe? I know it's Friday. Welcome. We're going to practice a little bit of our Wudang Qigong here in just a second. I'm having my coffee. I'm a coffee person in the morning. There are very few occasions when I don't have my coffee in the morning. And it's not good. It's not good. So, Wudang Qigong has a set of 18 exercises. The last class, I covered the first exercise and the second exercise. And so I'm going to go back over those a little bit, go through a couple little basic things, and then maybe we'll move on to another one of the 18 exercises in Wudang Qigong. Step back here a little bit, make sure that my feet are in the frame. It's been an adventure getting this set up and going. It's going to be more of an adventure to keep it going. I am so happy that y'all are here watching and that I have the privilege to be able to do this. So we're going to start feet about shoulder width apart, your shoulders. What you want is a relaxed, open position for the legs. So this is too closed. This is not as relaxed as it could be because you have to use this part of your leg to keep it there. So you want it to be about here. So if your leg's straight, it can be mostly relaxed. The same with the upper body. So shoulders down and relaxed. Arms at your sides. The first movement, hands come to the front, in front of the lower Tantian. And ladies, right hand on the outside. Men, left hand on the outside. So you come to the lower Tantian and the middle Tantian, and we're just going to move back and forth between the two. You breathe in, breathe out. Keep shoulders down, relaxed, and breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees a little bit. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Both hands separate, down along both sides. Press down with the palms and press up with the heels. Press up, press up. Pull up just a little bit and drop. Good. Okay, so couple of things that we need to understand about this exercise, and I've explained before, but just so that somebody who's joining today understands what we're talking about. We have the lower Tantian, middle Tantian, and the upper Tantian. We have the Bai Hui and the Hui Yin at the perineum. In the back, we have the Mingmen, the Jiaji, and the Yujin. These points you can think of as a connect the dots, and as we breathe, the focus of the mind is to send the chi down and around up the back, around the top of the head, and back down to the lower Tantian. This connection is part of the set of 3 heavenly circles. This is called the small heavenly circle. So as the chi comes around, think of touching and opening all 3 of the centers in the back, Open the crown of the head, open the upper dantian, and right here at the rendulum, you want your tongue to just touch the roof of your mouth. This basically closes the circuit and lets the energy circulate. We're going to do this first exercise 6 times. Both hands come to the front at the lower dantian. Pull up to the middle dantian. And back down to the lower dantian. Bend the knees. Open the back. Relax. And let me stop for a second. Wait 1 second. As we sink here and bend the knees, there's the opportunity to release the hip, right? As you bend the knees, let this go. And this whole area of the back should feel open. It feels like you just got into a really nice sauna tub, and there's a very gentle massage going on there, and it just opens up the back. That's what you want. Okay? Feet about shoulder width apart. And say hi to the cat. Say hi to the cat. It's hi to the cat. Good morning, cat. That's my Shin. The Shin cat. Say hi, Shin. She really doesn't like the fan, but yeah, you guys can be a fan. It'll be all right. Good girl. Okay. Hands to the front. Pull up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the knees. Sink. Open the back. Open the lower back. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Pull up through the back. All the way up through the crown of the head. Down along the front. Breathe in. Pull up the back. Press down along the front. One more time. And both hands can separate. Press down along both sides. Raise the heels. And drop. Okay, so as we're doing this exercise, there's a couple of different things to pay attention to. Bending the knees, coordinating the outer movement and the inner movement. So as you're bending here, inside, you want to try and focus on creating this circle. Lower dantian, up the back, around, down to lower dantian. It's not out here actually. There are other channels over here. This is straight along the center line. That matters. It may not seem important right now, especially if you're a beginner, but it matters. So it is center line. What we also want to be paying attention to with this is this notion of open and close, open and close. We're doing this with the breath anyway, right? As you breathe in, you're opening your lungs. As you breathe out, you're closing your lungs, right? You just breathe in, breathe out. So we also want to engage the diaphragm, right? Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That's more how it works, correct. Okay, and then you also want to focus on using the back. The back is really strong. So using your back as part of what you have available to breathe is an important thing. Athletes learn this. If you're a swimmer, you learned it real early on. If you're a dancer, you learned it the first time you had to do a jump. Okay, so anybody who plays sports has learned to open the back and use the lungs to breathe. Use all of the muscles associated with the lungs to breathe, right? It's a very conscious thing that we're doing in this exercise, is we're really focused on that. As an athlete, somebody might not be quite as focused on it unless they're, again, maybe you're a swimmer, you're trying to develop your lung capacity. So these are very good exercises for connecting. It's not only breathing, but it's also for connecting the breath and the energy in the body, the qi. So your physical breath, the respiration, is one part. What we would call it maybe the internal breath, the qi, is another part. So you want to circulate both of those. Let's do it again, just this first one. 6 times, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, 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 and both hands separate. Press down along the sides. Raise the heels. Pull up through the crown of the head, and drop. Stay there for just a second. Relax. My cat's being very helpful this morning. Okay, the second exercise that we worked on yesterday and that we're going to work on again is called pushing the mountain. Similar, but working different channels, and as I just talked about, I should be clear about where those are. Okay? So, as the palms come up, they come up along both sides. So, we're working along the longer channel here, all the way up the leg. Press down. And then we press out. As you press out, keep the back straight. You don't want to do this. It's not lean back, it's press, right? So you want to have a little bit of resistance here. So as you push out, there's something to push, right? So if you pushed against something, you wouldn't push yourself off balance. Okay. And yeah, no leaning. Back is open as you press out. The bend in the legs can be more or less for this exercise. So if you want to go a little bit lower, you can, as long as you keep your back straight. You can't do this and think that I'm lower. You're not. It's just stick your butt out. That's a stick your butt out thing, right? So if you want to be lower, yeah, go ahead. But you don't get to do this. Okay, that's the only limitation there. You can go all the way down if you want. I can do that too. For this exercise, we don't need to go all the way down. There are some sets and some things that we might need to do that. And what you want to think about is kind of just like getting on an elevator and going down. Now, I don't do that move as well as some of my Asian friends, and I surely don't do it as well as the little guys, like the 6 and 7-year-old kids. They're really good at that. But it is something that's possible, and I encourage you to work to the fullest extent that you want to work, so that your legs are as sore as you want to make them. Okay? So, breathe in, breathe out, sink, breathe in, breathe out, press forward, and pull back, press down. Okay, one more thing that I'm going to talk about, and then we're going to do this 6 times. And I need to remember to talk about this while we're doing things 6 times, because there are 6 inner and 6 outer connections. And the repetition gives us the opportunity to work all of those. So we have, as we're pulling in here, let me start that over. As your palms pull up and press out, you want to open the lagong here. So first finger pulls back just a little bit. You don't want to be a pointy finger like this, but you want to think about, if you push on your joint right here, what happens? That's all you want. Just open that just a little bit. As the hands come back in, change that focus to the middle finger. This is the heart center, or heart channel, and that's what we're working. So switch to the middle finger, pull in directly to the center of the chest. Excuse me, center on both sides of the chest, okay? Center, and then we turn down. Okay. So, pull up, first finger here, yeah, there we go. And press down, sink, bend the knees, and pull up, press forward, push, pull in, change finger, and press down. And do it again, pull up, breathe in, breathe out. 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 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Palms down on both sides. Breathe out. Press down. Pull up. And drop. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So, one of the things with work around the cat. Hey, cat. It's morning. It's early morning, and the sun has started to come up, and she's ready to go out. She is. She would like to go out. We'll review that in a minute. Okay, so with our Qigong practice, we have, as I mentioned, we have these 18 exercises, and then I just mentioned this repetition. So we have several levels of connections within the body. both within the physical body as well as within the energy body, that we want to connect with each other. On the outside, we have the shoulders with the hips. So as we're moving, the shoulders should be well coordinated with the hip. As the hip moves, you know, if my hip moves over here, I shouldn't leave my shoulder back. You know, maybe I'll take it with me. Or if I bring my shoulder around, I probably ought to take the hip too. Do something. Yeah, there's coordination, right? Elbows with the knees. So as you think about, if I have strings and I've got a string attached to my elbows, I got the knee and I can do something with that, and hands with the feet. So I got more strings, right? Part of the elegance of Tai Chi and some of the internal arts, as well as a lot of the external arts, that body coordination, that being able to look at how the movement is done and to be able to see that there is a well-coordinated, thoughtful effort behind that movement, that's beautiful to watch. And it is it's something that if you haven't done some of these things and you're thinking about, why is she talking about coordinating the body? I can walk just fine. I get up out of the chair and I can. As we do this more thoughtfully, what we end up with is a greater capacity for movement than we may have had, because now we're thinking about, what else could I do with that? How else might I be able to move that part of my body in order to do something else that I might want to do? So, pardon me. So Qigong helps to build that capacity, to build that resilience, to build the internal body, to help develop the external body, and to help coordinate the two of them, so that not only could we do these things well, we can do other things very well as we choose. One of the things that Qigong, and we're going to practice this again just for a second, but one of the things that Qigong does is it asks you to focus inside. I'm not paying attention to whatever's going on out here. I don't have to hit anything out here. I don't have to do anything out here. It's all inside. It's very, it's a great exercise for somebody who's introverted. I can do both. I can be an extrovert too, but I enjoy my time with my cats. So if you're not, I'm not ready to go running out and doing stuff, this is a great exercise. This is a great exercise. Beyond the physical connection, we have the first of the internal connections that I talked about, the mind and the Qi. So as the Qi is circulating through the body, the mind should be trying to focus on that circulation and in many cases direct it. So this is an active practice. This is not a passive, let me clear my mind and not do anything else, and I'm just going to meditate and focus on what's right here in front. No, you have to do, there's a whole lot more you have to do with this Qigong. So as you're focusing on where I'm visualizing, where's that circle? Where are those points? What should I be trying to connect? And how can I direct my breath to circulate in those particular channels at this particular time? There are some things that I've been working on for a while, and I'm gonna still be working on for a while. So practice is developing those skills. Some people can develop those skills very quickly, some people it takes longer. It's not about, it's not a race to see who can get there fastest. It's a practice that anybody can use. Anybody can do this. And pretty much any place. You know, no special equipment required. You just have to have a little room in the floor, and that's about it. And it has for me, it has had fairly significant benefits. So I'm happy to teach it. Review just real quick, 2 times each. First exercise, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, separate, raise the heels. And second, push them out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels, and drop. Stay there. Excellent. Thank you for coming this morning. Appreciate it. I will see you Monday. Tai Chi.